Hello everybody and welcome to my first impressions of 1001 Spikes. The Temple of the Dead mourns the living. So this is a game by Nicholas Inc. I think that's how you would pronounce it, maybe like Nicholas Inc. But really that doesn't matter at all. And it is a 2D action adventure game which is very, very difficult to say the least. Let's go ahead and jump in right off the bat because I really feel like with this game especially, the gameplay is what signifies it the most. When you start off the game, you got two modes. You got 1001 Spikes, which is the main story mode, and then these extra arcade modes as well. I haven't really experimented with those very much, but this is the main game right here. And I'm pretty sure that this is like the whole map for the entire game. Once you get to the right side of it, kind of like the old, very, very first traditional Castlevania games. Once you get to the very end of it, that golden temple area right there, that should be the end of the game. And so basically your goal when you start off every level right here, you're this adventurer guy, and you're just trying to get from the beginning of the stage to the end of the stage. And the ending of each and every stage is always signified by this door right here. Sometimes the doors don't always look like this, but like this doorway right here always seems to be pretty much exactly the same. And so what you gotta do, you can't get through it initially, so you actually have to go ahead and grab this key right here, which will then unlock the door and allow you to continue on in your progression. But one thing that is also on every single stage in the game is that you could find these golden skulls, which are hidden all over the place. Basically, those are like collectibles that you get throughout your journey, which will unlock additional things in this game. And I gotta say, really, right off the bat, that's actually, the collectibles slash unlockables in this game with the golden skulls are one of my favorite aspects, because this game is really fun for starters, but like every game in the world is increased when you're able to unlock really famous and awesome cool characters, like what's his name? I'm forgetting his name right now, even though I've actually unlocked this character. But you could get the lead guy from Bit Trip Runner. All I can think of is Captain Viridian, but that's definitely not Bit Trip Runner. That is VVV. So let's actually talk about gameplay right here. The game mechanics are very, very simple in regards to their control, and I think that actually goes a long way towards what makes this game so fun, because the mechanics are very, very simple, but what makes them difficult and challenging is obviously the maps and the surroundings and all the traps that are all over the place. You press A to do a small jump. I'm actually using a controller right now, an Xbox controller, which you can use for this game 100%, of course. But I'm not exactly sure what the PC controls are, but they're probably very simple and easy to master in this game. The A button is to do a small jump. You can press Y to do a large jump, and many times you will actually have to pick and choose what jump you use to prevent yourself from actually dying as you continue in your journey and all that jazz. But and then X and B, they both do the same thing, allow you to throw these little darts, which you can use to deflect darts or dart traps in the future, and also you can use them to kill enemies. So I won't kill ourselves right away, but let's actually talk about the spikes. Everything in this game is a one-hit kill, at least everything that I've seen so far, and I'm pretty damn sure that everything in the entire game is going to be a one-hit kill. So you always have to be careful with these things, because there's some areas where spikes like come up because they're timed, and some where the spikes come up when you step on the traps. So there's definitely all sorts of things that you find throughout your progression in the game and stuff like that. Let's actually go ahead and skip ahead to a future level, one that's going to be in one of our other saves. Actually, really quickly, let's look at the map. You'll see right here, those levels are marked by a little gold circle. That basically tells you that you've gathered the gold skulls in that level, and when they're white, that means you have not. If they're gray, that's not a character that that is not a level that you have unlocked. So let's go ahead and check this out here. This will show you all the things that I've unlocked. By getting more gold skulls, you unlock all sorts of stuff like that, and also new characters. Commander Video, that's his name. How could I forget? Such a simple name. You could also get really cool color changes for your characters and stuff like that, and that actually applies to all of them. Like, we can make, like, Commander Video like a Tron guy, make him his girlfriend, and make him this, like, white version of him or whatever. Like, that actually makes me Sound a little suspect, I suppose, saying Commander Video is either black or white. Does this... Oh, cool. His screen turns black, or like his eye turns black when you do that. That's really cool. And one thing that actually goes a really long way towards your, this isn't the best example of it, but one small detail that goes a long way towards the replayability in this game is that every character plays a little bit differently. Like, let's actually show off Commander Video. Not just not just does every character play a little bit differently, but also you have to start off from the very, very beginning of the game, and you have to recollect all the items. So it's not just a challenge in regards to like playing the levels in a different manner, but it's also very exciting and cool because you have to do it all over again as well. So Commander Video right here, he plays differently. Of course, since he's Commander Video, he kind of like floats in the air. So he actually is able to jump a lot farther than the main character is. I don't remember his name, at least off the top of my head. So he gets a lot more distance in his jump. Like, let's say, let's go ahead and test out this jump right here. I'm not sure if the Commander Video can make it, but the normal character, he might have a little bit of trouble making that, while Commander Video, super easy for him, just because he like glides through the air and moves much more slowly. But this can also cause troubles for you as well, because sometimes when there are like arrow traps in the sky, it's a lot, like we'll see right here, it's a lot more tricky to actually avoid them than it is with the other guy, because you maneuver through the air a hell of a lot differently than the other guy does. Like, see right there. If I was playing as the other character, I probably actually could have jumped right over that. But as Commander Video, oh, that was silly. But as Commander Video, I have to judge my jumping ability differently. He also shoots differently than the other guy does. He shoots less frequently, but his bullets, Commander Video's bullets, can actually go through enemies and hit more than one in one throw because of that. So basically, long story short, I don't know if all the different characters in the game play differently, but Commander Video does for sure. So I would I would go out on a limb to say that the characters are all going to play very, very differently in their own unique way, and there is sure as hell a lot of them to unlock. So that's one thing that I'm really, really excited about this game. Let's go ahead and show off the farthest level that I've gone at so far to show how things kind of progress. Throughout the game, as you mosey along, there's going to be all sorts of different new traps, like there's that arrow trap as we saw a little bit ago. You could go ahead and push these blocks as you mosey on, and in a sec, once we... Oh, okay, I almost died there. And as you can see, there are also, like, fire traps set about all over our surroundings and stuff like that. Once we get past this segment right here, I'll go ahead and show off the, Oh god, I almost timed that badly. What you can also do is you could actually use your darts to counter the darts from the like dart shooters or dart traps or whatever you'd want to call them by throwing them into them and kind of doing like a mid-air like ricochet or parry or something like that, which is obviously very, very helpful towards you being able to progress and succeed in the game and all that jazz. So, oh, that was silly of me. Let's actually talk about, like, the gameplay and the difficulty and all that jazz, and I'll go back to, this third save I created for that. I've been hugely fond of this game in my time playing it right now, because more than anything else, it's felt really, really fair, you know? And I feel like that's a very, very important thing that goes into, these kind of games where the difficulty is like the main factor of them. The two things I would say about them, games like this is both the difficulty being a main factor and of course the gameplay, because the gameplay needs to be good for one of these games to work and all that jazz. I totally messed up getting that golden skull, but you know, that's okay. We don't need it for the purposes of this video. But the game is very, very good about like setting out its rules and saying like, hey, this is how the game's gonna work. Like, only these types of blocks can set up spike traps. Only these kind of blocks will shoot out the arrow darts. Like you're not going to walk under one of like these blocks right here and suddenly have one of them just crush you instantly. You know that you're actually going to be safe. While if you're jumping through this area where there are these faces, you know, okay, maybe those are gonna suddenly start shooting darts once I jump up there, so I should take things slow here, figuring out exactly how I want to handle the area at hand and what's about to come at me in my future and all that jazz. Oh god, the scorpion's about to kill me. But, so yeah, the game is certainly difficult. This game is nowhere close to easy, to say the very least. But it is 100% fair in regards to, making the player aware of their surroundings and what can kill them and what can't. Like, so you shouldn't be... There are times where you'll be surprised by what kills you, but you won't ever be frustrated, unless it kills you like 100 times in a row. Yeah, basically you won't be frustrated because it was unexpected. Like this block right here, you should be aware that will be a spike trap at this point in the game. So once you step on it, you'll realize, oh, that's a trap. Sucks to be me because now I just died, or if you're quick enough to realize that's a spike trap and jump off. And if it does kill you, that's gonna be one of those things where it will actually prepare you more for the future, so you can be aware of those kinds of things as you mosey along and progress throughout the game. You know, it's a learning curve kind of thing. So yeah, I think that's actually going to be it for what I'm showing off of this game so far. Should definitely say, getting at this point in the game, or setting up like these two saves right here, one getting to like that far in the game, and the main save getting that far. So about like maybe 1/3 throughout the game that I've played for about an hour and 30 minutes getting there. So as long as you're able to like withstand and get through all the levels, it doesn't seem like it's an incredibly long game. But of course that is kind of subsided by the fact that there's all these different characters that you could play as, or at least in my opinion. It does kind of suck that obviously you're playing the exact same levels over and over again with these different characters that you unlock, but I think the different playing styles of the individual characters is enough to really like shake up the gameplay styles and stuff like that. And then of course, disregarding that, there's still these other arcade modes that you could check out and play in the future if you want to divvy it up a little bit more besides that. And last but not least, this game is going for $15 on Steam, which I think is 100% a perfectly reasonable price point for it. I think it has enough replay value and enough going for it in regards to the gameplay and mechanics and stuff like that to totally be worth the price. I didn't mention the music, but the music is freaking awesome in this game. I've loved the music so far. And the story, while it isn't, like, remarkable, it's kind of like your standard kind of adventure story. Your father was an adventurer, you weren't. He always pushed you towards adventure. He eventually succeeded in pushing you into going on this quest right here. And, so the game begins, kind of thing. So yeah, like, I 100% suggest picking up this game. It has been a load of fun. And I could see myself replaying this game for a very, very long time, trying to beat all the levels with the different characters, and of course just with the standard main character as starters, because I'm still a long ways away from that. But anyways, I think that's going to be it for this video. 1001 Spikes, huge thumbs up on my part. Go ahead and check it out, guys. I'll put a link in the description where you could pick it up below and all that jazz, and I'll see you all in the next one.